Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. Now, the Call of Duty Zombies new comic has just dropped, and of course we get a brand new loading screen. I've covered every other single one, but today we have an absolutely insane one to look at. Now, before we get started, if you guys do enjoy this video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button for me. It does help out the video an absolute ton, and I would really appreciate that. So this is the brand new loading screen that we have for this, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely insane. We're going to break down every single picture and every detail that we possibly can within this, and hopefully you guys do enjoy this. Now, we're going to start where your eye would probably naturally go by looking at this picture, and this is going to be towards Richtofen shooting his other self. Now, we can see that this is most obviously the giant due to the teleporter behind him, and it says this is going into 1943. It appears the time that Richtofen was gone and separated from the group was around 13 years. We see 1930, and then coming out in 1943 to kill his 1.0. We know that during that period of time that Richtofen was gone, that was what he used to secure the Chronorium and to basically understand the plan of what he needs to do, collecting all the other 1.0 souls of the other characters. Richtofen's plan this whole time, from what he's been telling us anyway, is that he's trying to set the universe straight, and he's been trying to make things right for as long as he possibly can. Now, the purpose for the picture on the bottom left is probably just to show us that this is indeed the giant. During the cutscene and during the intro of that map, we see a shot that looks just like that, with Richtofen stepping out of the teleporter and the other characters sort of surrounding it and watching into it. Now, if you guys look above at the three pictures, this is where things get interesting, because this is kind of insinuating what the events of the giant actually did and the effect that it had on the universe, right? Like the sort of ripple effect, and we do see that played out in these pictures. So the first one is going to be representing Nocturne Tote. Now, you guys know that the plane crashed, and that's like what was the start of that, but it looks like in this picture that the plane actually landed safely. You can see the giant moon, but the plane is absolutely fine. It's spotless. It's not been hurt or anything like that. That automatically tells us that in this timeline, the events of Nocturne Toten already never happened, and so that kind of has another effect on the rest of the maps coming forward from that. So obviously right here we see Verrückt, but it looks much different. This is the original picture of Verrückt. You guys have probably, who have played this map, are extremely familiar with this screenshot, but now if we take a look back at this, it looks entirely normal. It's pretty sunny. We see some guy playing cricket outside, kind of where the middle fountain is, and then we can see another two people inside. It just looks like some sort of mental patient, but nothing too crazy or insane going on right there. So we look at the third top right picture. This is a map that if you guys have played World at War, you will probably recognize, and also if you have played World at War, if you played this map in particular, you should recognize this location immediately. If you see this little post, this is exactly where Peter McKay is hanging in the original map right here, right? He's dead, he's got his left arm off, and he's completely beat up and just bloody, and he's completely gone, right? And we don't know if this was a suicide or if he was like tortured and hung by the people who he was spying on, but either way, when he crashed into the rooftop, he ended up being hung here and is missing his left arm. But of course, as we see in this timeline and universe, that never happened. We see the post here on Shinonuma. It still exists and it's still there, but Peter is not hung on there. He's not missing his left arm. He's not anywhere to even be found, which is kind of insinuating that all of the events that, you know, took place in World at War and kind of started the entire storyline and got that going never ever happened. What this is telling us is that single-handedly by Richtofen killing his 1.0, that in chain like set the motion of events to where none of this of the original storyline stuff and that kind of started this entire outbreak in the first place ever happened, and that sort of erases the entire timeline. It looks like what they're trying to say right here is that without Richtofen 1.0, the events of World at War and then on, without, you know, him being alive, are completely irrelevant and void. And honestly, I personally find this stuff extremely intriguing. I like what they're doing with this, what Blundell's doing with these loading screens now. You know, obviously, all these DLC 5 leaks about the rumors and, you know, the loading screens being a part of that, I don't really know. I'm not necessarily 100% convinced that's what that means, but I do like what they're doing with the loading screens, and it seems like this is Blundell's way of saying that, like, when killing these 1.0 characters using our 2.0s, we're now seeing a direct effect and the direct impact that comes from that. So whether these loading screens are hints towards something big or not, I don't really know, but either way, I really do enjoy what they're doing with these. And like I said, guys, I will be covering the full comic here on the channel in just a couple of days, but obviously the loading screen is like the big point of what everybody wants to see, so I did make that a priority and wanted to show you guys that first, but the other video is on the way, guys. Do not worry about it. But let me know what you think about this loading screen in the comment section down below, guys. This is actually not our prediction. A lot of people were thinking that we were going to get an Origins loading screen sort of redone based on like the DLC 5 theory, but that indeed is not the case now. So what are you guys' new thoughts? Let me know, guys, and I would really like to get a discussion going. But other than that, thank you everybody so much for watching the video. Hope you guys did enjoy this, and also hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you do subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel, and other than that, I will see you all on the next video.